Inflation, interest rates, even a possible recession. These gloomy financial headlines have people worried about their wallets, their bank accounts, their investments. Financial professional John Vandergriff from Blue Ridge Wealth Planners joins us to talk about all this. And so let's start with the news and the headlines. A lot of things are going on. So you're like, uh-oh, and then you're, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What should we really be thinking about and focusing on?
Well, I think the two major stories so far this year as we hit the midpoint is obviously today coming out with inflation still increasing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had hoped that that would be kind of moving back with the other counterpoint, interest rates going up. And that's really going to be something that we're going to watch for the remainder of the year. How aggressive will the Fed be in increasing those interest rates to try to constrict the economy, but trying to walk a delicate line of not causing us to go too far into a recession.
For someone who doesn't understand, inflation you understand because you bought a loaf of bread a year ago and now you're saying it's more expensive. But what with those interest rates, how does that impact so many other things?
Yeah, so the Fed, that's the means that they have to control the speed at which the economy is growing, because when you raise interest rates, you make it harder to borrow money, you make it harder for businesses to grow. And so you're trying to strike that balance where right now they've raised interest rates, but it's not really causing that inflation to back down yet. And so that means they're going to have to continue to do that and really just hope that it doesn't cause any long-term effects.
Okay, so it's summertime. People have got a lot going on. The kids are at home instead of in school. But you're saying that this is the time to step back and reevaluate your money.
I think because so many things have changed and we're in such a different picture, normally people will look at kind of the beginning of the year to make some reworking or retooling of their budgets and stuff. I think now, because we've had such a dramatic change from January, it's a good time to make sure that we use some of this time off that we may have to readdress some of the things and make sure we're not making any bad decisions.
And lastly, what are the mid-year, basically, what are the mid-year moves, knowing now what we know about inflation and knowing what we know about interest rates? What should we be doing?
Well, I think starting with your budget, making sure that you're continuing to live within your means. And so if you need to curb any spending or try to send those money somewhere else, that's something good. But also, we need to look at our accounts. If you are doing a good job with your expenses, you may have monies that are building inside of savings accounts that, as we know with inflation at the rates that it is, they're losing money safely, which means they're just not keeping their buying power. And so it may be a good idea to take that money and try to deploy it somewhere else that is making a higher interest rate. And when we talk about revisiting investments, really depending on what side of the spectrum you're on, if you're a younger person with a lot more runway before you need it, now's a good time to buy in. You know, you've got a discounted market right now, and so if you've got the time and the risk potential looking at that, if you're closer to retirement, you know, maybe trying to evaluate and say, okay, how do we stop the bleeding in some areas and make sure that our goals and our investments are in alignment? And
two different trails on the investment mountain when it comes, depending on your age, that's for sure. John, thank you so much for that information.